There you go. Oh, there they are. Oh, shoot. That's definitely U.S. 50 cal. That's just indiscriminate fire.
Fox News capturing shocking footage of suspected cartel members firing automatic weapons indiscriminately across the border into the United States. But as Texas looks like a war zone, border czar Kamala Harris skipped high-level security talks with Mexican officials to satisfy her sweet tooth at a New Jersey bakery. Here now to react, former acting ICE director and U.S. Border Patrol Chief Ron Vitiello. Ron, great to have you with us this morning. Let's talk about that footage for just one moment. You see that gunfire. What do you take away from that? What do we make of the mounting chaos at the border?
It is chaos, and that film, that picture, and that indiscriminate firing into the United States by cartel members, it just shows you the enormous risk that the men and women of DHS, the Border Patrol agents, the men and women that protect us each and every day, the National Guard that's down there supporting them, it shows you the risks that they face each and every day. That job is always risky. But when you have this kind of traffic, we went several months with well over 200,000 encounters by CBP at the border, thousands released into the country, right? So that encourages more people to get into that pipeline and come to the United States. And what we see on that film is the results of that chaos. These cartel members essentially control that territory on their side of the border, and they decide who gets and what gets across that line versus the Border Patrol and CBP stopping bad things and bad people coming into the United States. So chaos is reigning now. You can see where this problem started and where it's going, and it's just getting worse.
Ron, I wonder if there's something else we could take away from this video. I've always been fascinated by Mexican drug cartel politics and fighting. And I remember several decades ago now, maybe 10 years ago now, the big fight in Nuevo Laredo over who controlled that territory between the Zetas and the Sinaloa cartel. The point was they were fighting over that territory because they wanted to control that very lucrative transporting point for drugs. And now I'm wondering, is what we're watching here essentially a fight amongst cartels to control what is essentially a human trafficking pipeline, showing how valuable this entire enterprise has become for them? They're now fighting. I can't imagine they're fighting at Border Patrol agents. They're fighting amongst themselves to control this territory.
That's the way it works. They confront their own government. They confront each other to control what they call the plaza. And anything that moves through the plaza, whether it be persons or things, gets attacked by the cartel. And I'm not sure. Them firing into the United States like that, that's what the military would call recon by fire. They're trying to figure out what's on the other side of that border so they can move whatever load they're guarding on their side of the border. So yeah, there's no trust in these cartels. We need to help Mexico. Mexico must do more in all of these problems. We have all this chaos on the border because the policies are encouraging people to get into the pipeline. And when the pipeline is as full as it is, they're talking about 400,000 encounters this month. Then cartels reign. They get to control what's going on. They get to make thousands and thousands of dollars a day smuggling people and things across that border.
Yeah, and meanwhile, as we mentioned in the open, the vice president's in New Jersey shopping for cupcakes. There's clearly more that needs to be done, and I think the point that I'm hearing from you as well is just more that we could be doing in partnership with Mexico. Ron Vitiello, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
Good to be with you.